Our talks continue now between the EPA and the advocacy group Water Defense about possible additional testing in Flint homes.
Now, the new developments come after Scott Smith with the Water Defense shared his findings of dangerous chemicals and contaminants inside several homes. Now, you may recognize some of these families. We've featured them during our Faces of Flint series. Among them, Denetra Brown, Melissa Mays, and Harold Harrington. Water Defense tested each of their homes and found dangerous chemicals in their bathtubs. Still, the EPA says Flint water is safe for bathing and showering. Well, now we are learning more this morning about one of the homes tested by the EPA and Water Defense and their findings.
Ilse Lujan Hayes joining us now live from inside that home in Flint. It is a story you will see only here on NBC 25 News. Good morning, Ilse.
Hey guys, good morning. That's right. I'm inside of Susan and Harold Harrington's home on the corner of 12th near Grand Traverse. Now, take a look. This is the pamphlet that EPA handed to them as well as many other Flint families. And as you can see down here at the bottom, it says everyone can bathe and shower in unfiltered water. Now, the big question that a lot of Flint families have, including Susan and Harold Harrington, is how did they come up with this data? So, guys, good morning. Thank you for allowing us into your home. Harold, I want to ask you guys, when did the EPA give you this pamphlet, and how did they test your water?
February 28th, Sunday, they came in to test our water, and they handed us that pamphlet before they even drew the first sample.
So the big question, of course, is you wanted to know how did they came to this conclusion. Now, Water Defense came and tested the water, and they did something a little different. Now, while viewers at home are seeing that video, describe to people how Scott Smith tested your home.
Scott Smith came in and tested the home from the water meter downstairs all the way to the kitchen up here, all the way to the upstairs bathroom, including the water heater. He tested everything in the house.
Okay, and so, of course, we only have 2 minutes, so we want to break this down very well. During the next segment, we're going to talk about what the results were and what health ailments you two have experienced these last couple of years. So, and Susan, we're going to talk to you during the next segment. So thank you. Stick around. So again, EPA says their home is safe to bathe in. Water Defense is disagreeing. For now, live in Flint, Ilse Lujan Hayes, NBC 25.
Now, talks continue between the EPA and the advocacy group Water Defense about possible additional testing in Flint homes.
The new developments come after Scott Smith with Water Defense shared his findings of dangerous chemicals and contaminants inside several homes.
Now, you may recognize some of these families that you see right there on your screen. We feature them during our Faces of Flint series. Among them, Denetra Brown, Melissa Mays, and Harold Harrington. Water Defense tested each of their homes and found dangerous chemicals in their bathtubs. Still, the EPA says Flint water is safe for bathing and showering. And this morning, we are learning more about one of the homes tested by the EPA and the Water Defense and how they each came up with their findings.
That's right. Ilse Lujan Hayes joining us now live from inside one of those homes in Flint. This is a story you will see only here on NBC 25 News. Ilse, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Well, the EPA is telling the family in this home that it is safe to bathe and shower. Water Defense also tested this home, and here are the results. Here to talk about these results are Harold and Susan Harrington. Good morning. Harold, this was given to you by Scott Smith. What does this tell you?
Well, it's telling me that Scott Smith and Water Defense tested for a lot more chemicals than just the lead and the copper. I mean, you can see that they found dichlorobenzene, chloroform, and a variety of other things besides the lead. The lead is still high in this bathroom, but the stuff I'm worried about for showering is the dichlorobenzene.
Now, you say you work in construction, so you know benzene. A lot of people know. What does that cause?
Benzene is a cancer carcinogen. Everybody that works in construction knows what benzene is.
EPA tested your home. What did they say?
I haven't got the results from the EPA yet. I got a phone call Sunday. After 3 weeks, they finally called me and said that there was lead at the beginning of the sequential test, but at the end there was no lead left.
But that it was safe to bathe in.
They told me that since the beginning, that it was safe to bathe in.
You drank the water for 18 months, Susan.
Yes.
What health situation has that been for you?
I was in the hospital for 5 days. At that time, nobody was really looking for anything other than, what to look for. They said, we're going to put it up as pneumonia. I was, like I said, in a hospital bed for 5 days, couldn't breathe, muscle cramps. I still have those muscle cramps every day.
All right. Well, Susan, we appreciate you allowing us into your home. And so stick around a lot more. We're going to be going around their home and seeing what they're doing to make sure that the water in their home gets a little bit safer for them. For now, live in Flint, Ilse Lujan Hayes, NBC 25.
Only on NBC 25 this morning. Ilse, good morning.
Hey everyone, good morning. I'm here alongside Susan and Harold Harrington in their kitchen, and we want to just remind people that EPA does say they tested their home, and they gave this family this brochure that says everyone can wash hands, bathe, or shower with the unfiltered water. However, Water Defense tested their home, and this is the results. Harold, very quickly, tell people what the results were.
Well, they found 1,4-dichlorobenzene, chloroform, and bromochloromethane. I don't believe the EPA is testing for those chemicals.
So when they came in, you said they only tested 2 sinks in your home. The video that we're showing folks at home show Water Defense Scott Smith testing many other areas. What did he test?
He tested from right where the water came into the house, the water heater, the kitchen sink, and the upstairs bathroom.
Coffee maker.
Now, one of the things, Susan, earlier we were saying how you guys are a married couple, and just like many married couples, you disagree on certain things. So you don't see eye to eye on this because you feel what? When I ask you about these results, what do you say?
I say I would not put my kids or my grandkids in the water that had these chemicals in it, and everybody knew it. They're saying it's safe to bathe in, but it's not safe to drink. The EPA goes by drinking water standards.
And Harold, what is your point? You say you want more tests.
I want to make sure the water is tested for these chemicals, and what do these chemicals actually do when they react with steam or hot water in the shower? They're testing cold water.
All right. Thank you guys so much for allowing us. Very quickly, we have to show you what has been, what was emailed to us by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. It says, quote, based on the current scientific evidence and federal guidance, bathing is safe for adults and children in Flint. That was just emailed to our newsroom yesterday by Jennifer Eisner. Live in Flint, Ilse Lujan Hayes, NBC 25.
Continue to learn more this morning about one of the homes tested by the EPA and Water Defense and their findings.
Ilse Lujan Hayes joining us now live from inside one of those homes in Flint. A story you'll see only here on NBC 25 News. Ilse, good morning.
Hey guys, good morning. We've moved down to the basement of Susan and Harold Harrington's home. And Susan, I want to ask you, your home has been tested by the EPA and Water Defense. 2 vastly different results. Why did you allow us into your home at this hour of the morning?
Well, I want everybody else to know why, we're having people in because we want you to know that this water is not safe. Even though this flyer from the EPA says that it's safe to bathe in, the results that we got from Water Defense, from Scott Smith, show a lot different. And if this helps one person keep their kid out of the bathtub, even though that they say it is safe to put them in there, it'll be worth it. It's not safe.
I didn't mean to cut you off. EPA did have a statement. We'll get to that in a second. Harold, what were some of the things that Water Defense found in your home quickly?
Chloroform, lead, dichlorobenzene, a lot of different chemicals that the EPA doesn't test for.
Because Water Defense, the video that viewers are seeing, they came in and they tested, they tested throughout your home, the tub, the water heater, the pipes. Now you decided to take action. What have you done? But you said that you don't know what the results are yet with this filtration.
I put this in Saturday, carbon block filter. I had Scott Smith Water Defense test before the install and after, and I'm waiting on the results.
All right, so once again, Water Defense tested your home before you installed this. You took it upon yourself, and now the water. When will you get the results from?
By the end of this week, from Scott.
All right, we do want to tell our viewers, thank you guys, that Jennifer Eisner, take a look at this statement. She emailed NBC 25 just yesterday. She says, based on the current scientific evidence and federal guidance, bathing is safe for adults and children in Flint. That comes from Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. Stay with us. A lot more on this story coming up. Live in Flint, Ilse Lujan Hayes, NBC 25.